Okay, so I want to tell a story.
Okay.
That will be happening right as this season will be kicking off. And that is the monarch or the black swallow butterfly births.
Emerges from the chrysalis.
The emerging of. So we are constantly talking about signs and synchronicities. Our team of light asking the universe to provide signs that either are helping us confirm that we're on the right path and we're following our soul's mission and journey, or we've deviated from that path and we need to redirect the sails. And these signs come through in numerous different ways. They can be loud, they can be subtle. Usually if they're more loud and intense, it's like, hey, fucking listen up, homie. Like, what are you doing? But they're always there. And there was an episode that we created in February of 2024. And we never released it because it was more of a therapy session, if you will, for me. I was walking through some really hard grief. My chosen sister, if you will, our former nanny, who then became family, Kelsey, had given birth to her second child, Evelyn. And Evelyn was born sleeping. And it was just difficult. You really can't sugarcoat anything that puts you on this path of dealing with grief of an infant that hasn't even had a chance to experience life. And so I haven't talked much about it other than that episode that we didn't release, just out of privacy and just keeping things, it was just really raw. And so Kelsey has since had a set of twins, Eleanor and Theodore, and she also has an older child, Audrey. And I have permission to use everyone's name because she was like, oh my gosh, because she loves talking about Evelyn. And it's really important for us to talk about her story and to talk about her beautiful self.
Right.
And
share her light.
Right. And there was so much symbolism that happened after her passing, and just Kelsey knowing when the next time would be to get pregnant and to conceive. And she knew that Evelyn would be at the helm directing that. And when she had dreams about getting pregnant again, she immediately had dreams about having twins. And then that came to fruition. And beautiful, healthy, incredible little humans that they are. Twins are so cool. Just in general, they're so fun to watch. They have their own language and everything. And so there was a lot of healing that took place with the birth of Theodore and Ellie because, you know, hearing them cry for the first time, which she didn't get to experience with Evelyn, and having them be put on her chest, which there was all of these full circle moments that helped heal. You never forget, you never move on, but help heal some of that rawness and that walking through grief, right? And there's so many different paths of grief that people are walking through at different times. But Kelsey is so strong, and she honors Evelyn in such a beautiful way by being open. And the hospital she delivered at is incredible. They did an incredible job when it all took place. But just even remembering 2 years after the fact and honoring and bringing together families that have been down that same path and that journey is such a beautiful way of also bringing others together to heal each other while you're walking through a stage of grief. This does, by the way, have a very, very happy, incredible ending. I'm just setting the tone for everyone out here listening. So the symbol that Kelsey had created for Evelyn after she passed was the black swallow butterfly. And so these are the black and blue butterflies. They're like very magical. And when you see them, it's such a unique experience because typically people, when you think monarch, you think of the yellow and black, which are also amazing. Right. Those are very cool too. And so I had planted a magnolia bush in honor of Evelyn in my yard the year she passed, and it continues to grow. I talk to it. I talk to her all the time. I'm like, you're doing so good. Like, look at you grow. And Kelsey and I talk openly about this too, that we have relationships with her. They just are different than you would imagine if you had the human experience on this side. And so her magnolia bush is right next to my raised garden bed at the top of my yard. And the other day I went outside and I needed parsley. And I was like, look at that funny looking caterpillar. And then I was like, oh my God, I think it's a monarch butterfly caterpillar, right? And then I got down closer and I was like, oh my God, there's 3 of them. Oh, that's so great, right? And at this point, I'm still thinking they're just monarch butterflies.
You sent me a video.
Yes.
And you were like, look at the monarchs.
Yes. Yeah. I'm like, oh, this is so great. And then Kelsey called. Perfect timing. I was like, look at these. And then we started, and I was like, oh my God, there's 6. I counted 6 caterpillars on this little bush of parsley. And I'm like, oh, that's so great. Oh, whatever. So then we're like inside, I'm like looking them up. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, what if they're black swallow butterflies? Well, sure as shit, that's what they are. So there's 6 people in Kelsey's family. There's 6 caterpillars growing on this parsley bush, which I am going to get a butterfly enclosure because they are apt to getting eaten by predators. And I do not want any of them to get eaten by predators. I will protect you, baby caterpillars. And we'll share some of this on our story so you guys can visually see all these things. But it's just so beautiful. And this is a sign of Libra season, of that rebirth. And butterflies in general are huge symbols for what you've been manifesting and what you've been creating that have then come to be a beautiful symbol of flying and showing your colors and your true wings and expanding and doing all of these things. And so they will be hatching and emerging from their chrysalises right around this time. And I am so fucking excited.
I love
There's
that
my
so
story.
much. Well, Libra season 2 is all about, like you were talking about, balance, but also beauty and harmony. And the big thing is relationships. And, you know, you guys are talking about how you can cultivate a relationship with people that are not Earthside anymore. And that's something that you can really dig into and lean into if you've lost someone during this season, because the veil is thinner during this time as well, right? We're getting closer and closer towards All Hallows Eve, when the veil between Earthside and Spirit side is thin and we can communicate the greatest with those that have passed.
Yes.
And I love that you were able to communicate with her in this way. And she's just constantly showing up for you guys.
Yeah, she's so strong. Yeah. She is just like, hey, I'm here. I'm going to stick around, which we've always felt. Kelsey feels her all the time. And, you know, Libra is an air sign. So when you just think about butterflies flying through air, I'm like, oh my God, it's just all coming together.